Hi there, I'm Deb. I'm a freelance facilitator and I'm also part of the SessionLab team. And something I really enjoy doing is collaborating with my clients in a session. I find it really reduces risks if we've had the opportunity to align before. And I like that feeling of going into a workshop or a session knowing that the entire team has my back because they've had the opportunity to shape the session with me. At the same time, I know it's not always easy to introduce a client to a new tool. Some people simply don't have the bandwidth or they might not want to experiment. So I'm going to share with you today three different ways that I use SessionLab to share my sessions with clients, depending on what our relationship is and where they are at in terms of trying something new. So the first option is what's akin to view only. It's called an online agenda. So you go to the sharing options and you click on online agenda and you will get a QR code and a link that you can share with your client. And what they will see by clicking on it is this very broad overview of the day's agenda. What I love about this is that it stays updated in real time anytime I make changes. It's also a good link to share with your participants if you want them to have a generic overview without getting bogged down by the details too much. And I find it's much preferable to something else that I know is quite common, which is sharing your screen as you walk your client through the session, which might also be useful sometimes, but it's really good to give them something they can refer back to at any moment. The second case is probably the most frequent for me, which is where I'm in a kind of a consultation process with my client. I want to keep control of the agenda, but I still need them to review it and to leave me their feedback and comments. So to do that, I will share a visitor link with them. Again, this is a link that they will click on and they will open the agenda directly. And what they will see is what I have set here. So in this case, is my usual process is to give them a rather clean overview with the time, title and description, and additional information. Sometimes I might also add a column with materials, which is right here, especially in case they are the ones who are supposed to provide this list. And you can customize the columns as is best for your own process. So having a visitor link, your client will be able to leave comments either on the entire session or on single block, and you will be alerted to them and be able to make the required changes. Now, the third step is in case you are in a deeper co-design process with your client, and this means sharing a collaborator link with them. Now, this does mean they will have to log in. It's quite quick, and of course, it costs nothing at all for them. They will have the opportunity to move blocks around, to include different activities, and especially to write in the session, which is often the case that I might use this function to highlight something where I really need them to, we need each other basically to pay a lot of attention to it. You can color code your comments any way that you please. It might be also important to know that there is a versioning button. So if you are concerned that somebody might be messing too much with your session, just be aware that you can always revert to an earlier version. So that's it. Whether you want your client to stay informed, to provide you with feedback, or to co-design with you, there are ways in SessionLab to do that. And my advice is really start with whatever is most comfortable for them, as that might open the door to deeper collaboration later. Sometimes this ends up introducing them to a new tool they might like to use, say in their L&D team, which I think is really nice when it happens, because it kind of establishes a different level of collaboration where you are a consultant helping them to make their training workflows, workshops even better. If you want to learn about more collaboration options in SessionLab, there's other videos that show you all the different functions, and we're of course very happy to help if you reach out to us. I hope that was helpful and see you next time.